males, children of all ages, non-binaries, and transgenders. This is the Ultra Heelz Wrestling Podcast, live from Burger Studios in Garfield, New Jerusalem. I am Darth Messiah. I am not a wrestling genius, but I play one on the internet. And I think I do a better job than Tony Khan. Yeah. I just don't have the money.
Shit.
And on the phone, as always, the OG, the triple OG of the Ultra Heelz.
Let me just make sure. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
All right, cool. So it's the boy Alex the Motherfucker Hill, a.k.a. the Stanley Up Podcast, and also known as the leader of the Fuck the Mr. McMahon group, and also known as the man that said that man went home because he said he was sick, but I feel like he went home, he couldn't get no man wrestling sick. Also known as the man your girl that could have cross space and let her run into a cross space.
And on the boards, Steve Franchise, Mr. J Kid if you're nasty.
You already know, it's your boy, the franchise and the ones and twos, giving you that Ultra Wrestling Heel news. What is going on, Calvin?
Calvin, the wise man is in the chat.
Hey.
We are back from vacation. Ironically, I was actually on vacation last week. I just didn't tell anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And then you and Marv took a trip to Vegas for the...
Yeah, we went to Evo.
Yep.
Yeah, shout out to everybody who came with Evo. Las Vegas.
Let me tell you something. Y'all went on a trip. He took off. And I think that's probably the first day ever that I got a full day of sleep.
It worked out perfect.
It did.
It worked out perfect.
Word, boy. Because I came home and took a nap. And then that's when Jordan was like, we doing a show? And you was like... No, remember? And that's all I remember seeing. I woke up at like midnight, bro. I was like, oh my God. I feel so much great. I said, yeah, I kind of wish we did have a show right now.
It'd be like that sometimes. But you know what makes me feel better?
Yeah!
Cheeks of the week.
Cheeks of the week.
What cheeks of the week we got this week?
We got
I don't remember sending you anything.
We got a double dose of Aaliyah. White and black. Take your pick.
Yeah.
And then
I like a little gray, if you don't mind.
And then we got Allison K in the middle from NWA.
For some reason, Allison K in her photos, great angles. You see her in person, not so much.
Again, that Maria Kanellis school of angles.
Yes.
Bro, I'm really surprised she don't get help. She should really start a school up, bro. Because there's some people out here, woo, they need some help with their angles.
Definitely.
I can name a few.
I guess. Can I get this next transition?
Go ahead.
All right. And one person who learned the angles from Maria Kanellis.
Charlotte, for like the third time in the last 6 weeks.
Bro, I'm driving. Hold up.
Exactly.
Jesus. That is not the little boy that Andrade wanted.
Yeah.
And then Dasha, the AEW interviewer / announcer.
Yeah. Well, look, I'm driving. I had to stop for a second just to look at that because I was not going to drive right. Wow, Charlotte over here got them angles, man. I think she been taking Canella. So what way do you have in the show to cleave under your butt? Oh, okay. That's all I needed. Thank you.
Yeah.
Andrade trying to make Charlotte look like one of them mixed little Spanish mommies from off the music videos back in the early 2000s.
And speaking of mommy.
Oh, my God.
Oof. Yeah.
Yeah, mommy was poking it out the night before SummerSlam.
Bro, Mommy was poking it out, and mommy was talking shit on her Twitter. Motherfucker, I think somebody sent her no, it was a girl on TikTok. This chick saw Rhea Ripley put in, Zelina Vega in her little pin when she folded her, right?
Uh-huh.
Shorty bent back, cocked her legs up the same way, and said, "Come get me." Why did fucking Rhea Ripley like the fucking video?
Oh,
she wasn't even tagged in it.
Yeah, I think you sent that to me. I saw that.
Bro, Ray really wasn't even tagged into it, bro. And Ray Ripley still like that. I said, Ray Ripley out here making motherfucking men and women wet dreams come true.
Facts. Facts.
Now I'm about to do one. I'm about to come OnlyFans up and just put a Ray Ripley photo up, my thing next to it, and be like, now like it, like the photo. Not subscribe, please.
And Natalia.
Bro, what's it? Yo. I'll tell you, bro, Marie need to start charging these motherfuckers.
It was a late year.
Yeah. And we haven't had a hot sister update in a while, but here's Natalia's sister, and they're touching as usual.
Why he touching on Tyson Kidd like that? Like he be touching on her when his wife not around.
I was like, yo, why is her sister touching Tyson?
He probably touches her when she's around. I think there's just a, what is it called on I believe it's called free use. That's a
free use? Oh,
okay. That's a category on the hub. It's called free use.
Is that true? I'm looking at later on tonight. Then
free use. I believe that is a category. It's called free use. You just walk up and take a hole.
That should be a Funk Master Flex night.
And Natalia's got some areola going on there.
Yeah.
I know that.
What a. But yeah, I'm thoroughly convinced Tyson Kidd just smashes when he wants to.
Yeah, I'm convinced too.
Yeah. And now it is time for Ultra Fantasy Booking, and it's the super special first ever Ultra Mania.
Welcome to Ultra Mania.
Opening match. It was the Champions Challenge. IWGP Intercontinental Champion Kevin Steen took on Kazuchika Okada, the ECW TV Champion, who took on AJ Styles, the MLW Openweight Champion, who took on Cody Rhodes, the WCW United States Champion, in a fatal four-way. And the winner, adrenaline in my soul. Every fight out of control. Yeah. Cody Rhodes takes home the win with 40% of the votes. Second place was Steen with 25. Match 2 was a women's battle royal. And I got to tally up the votes because there's a fan write-in. We got one for Naomi, one for Io Sky, another one for Io Sky, one for Toni Storm. We got one for Mickey James. Where's Mickey's name? We got another one for Toni Storm. We got a Saraya, which is Paige. We got another Mickey James. And we've got one more Io. So Io Sky has won the Women's Battle Royal, representing Dragon Force. Yeah. Match 3 was a Dragon Force showcase match. We had the Hardy Boys taking on the reunited DIY in a no holds barred tag team match. With 65% of the votes, the Hardy Boys. Match 4 was a Warzone showcase match. We had the badass cowboy Brock Lesnar in a handicap match against Top Guys FTR. And this was a lot closer than I expected it to be, but Brock Lesnar survived with 62% of the votes.
It's tougher than a $2 steak.
Match 5, the Tag Team Challenge. We had the Evolve Tag Team Champions, the Lucha Bros, taking on the Brothers of Destruction, the AEW Tag Team Champions. And in a squash, Brothers of Destruction with 81% of the votes. Match 6, the Women's Champions Challenge. World of Stardom champion Mia Yim took on Asuka, the TNA Women's Champion. And this was a very close one, with 52% of the votes. Asuka. And our main event for the first ever Ultraverse Championship. A belt we'll probably never see again, like the Saudi Arabia belt. Jon Moxley, the WWF champion, took on L.A. Knight. Who is the IWGP Heavyweight Champion. And our inaugural champion is L.A. Knight. with 56% of votes. So we had a good main event. Nice close voting. We'll be back with a new draft because we start our seasons in September. We'll be back with a draft. I think we're just gonna go free pick whatever, just totally destroy the rosters and restart.
Yeah, I'm down with it. I have no problem with that. But are we doing full teams again? Or are we
we've got what, 3 weeks till September, so we can split it up over a couple weeks, do a little bit at a time.
Okay. So there might be some teams that might need to go hiatus for a while.
Yeah, because last year we kept like half the rosters and we added more people. I feel like we could just, it's free for all this time, just whatever.
Look, around me, I'm only gonna have like 12 people in my damn roster. It'll be a CCW kind of event. Yeah.
All right. Roman Reigns, our tribal chief, and the wise man Paul Heyman appeared on ESPN First Take. Roman gave some of his sports takes, his list of Super Bowl contenders, which were, I believe, is the 49ers, the Eagles, the Chiefs. I forgot what else is behind him. I don't remember. I know the top 3. But anyway, unimportant. Paul Heyman, Paul E. Dangerously. He was asked,
Boy,
who is the greatest manager of all time? He said, I am, of course. And then he was asked, what about Bobby Heenan? Screw him. He's dead.
bruh, when he said that, I just paused my shit. I was like, well, damn, Paul, shit.
Damn, Paul.
I was not expecting that.
And then he was asked
I don't think anybody was.
And then he was asked about Jimmy Hart. Well, God doesn't answer my prayers.
Paul, calm down. Okay, Paul, it's a little too early in the month to be going hard like that already. Like, goddamn.
Well, if you look at it this way, even though Roman's a heel on screen, he's still the face of the company. He has to do all the media appearances, so he can't like go ham in the media appearances. But Paul, he can talk all the shit he wants.
Paul definitely can.
The sad thing is, I don't see why he can and can't. Because when Stone Cold was here, that motherfucker was doing a little bit of interviews he could and was still cursing people out. Newscasters and all. He didn't give a fuck. He stayed in character. Roman stayed in character for a little bit. Just because he light skinned, he got to go back into being a nice guy.
That's crazy, though.
Screw him. He's dead.
Yo, when he said that shit, I was like, God damn, Paul, are you okay? Who pissed the yuck off you this morning? And then him looking up to Roman Reigns like that, like he's a nerdy chick and you know, he dating star football athletes on the team. I swear.
That's crazy.
Shit, I had
The way you could just talk is just be like, yo, yeah, he's dead. Screw him. I'm the best manager.
Yes. And he went on to, obviously he puts over Roman because that's his job. Roman has broken almost every possible record there is to break in WWE. And as we'll get to it, well, I will cover this part now. SummerSlam broke yet again almost every box office viewing record for a non-WrestleMania pay-per-view. Ticket sales, overall gross money, viewership, international viewership. What else was on that list? Raw and SmackDown are up in the television ratings. Raw is up 26%, and SmackDown is up 19%. And in the 18 to 49 demo, both shows combined are up 12%. WWE is booming right now.
Booming like a motherfucker.
All-time high.
And once again, they still have not finalized their next round of TV deals. So, everybody was saying, oh, they're selling the company off because they can't get the TV deals. Business has turned around.
Business has. And WWE's worked on their favor.
Hey man, look, I'm gonna tell you why business turned around. There's only a few names you could just throw out there, and you know that they're the reason for it turned around. Roman Paul, this whole bloodline fiasco, Judgment Day, Rhea Ripley by herself, don't even need to say anything else. L.A. Knight,
Yeah.
Cody.
Yeah.
Cody. Brock.
yeah, Cody. Well, you know, Brock until he shook Cody hand, because we know we're not gonna see Brock again for another
6 months.
2024.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, yeah, those names right there alone, if you hear their music play, best believe somebody's going to be screaming out they want to cheer their name. Oh, and I'm sorry. Let's not forget the man that music can get cut off and people still sing.
Oh. No, I'm doing Nakamura. Wrong woe song. Seth Franklin Rollins.
Say, Seth stole my last name, fucked up ass pussy Rollins. But yeah, like those people alone show up to events, because I ain't gonna lie, SummerSlam was good, but the C4 energy drink, little portion of it, Seth Rollins showed up and his shit didn't even play, and these motherfuckers was out there singing it outside the Coliseum.
Yep.
I said, bruh, there's not many music besides Nakamura that I know people will sing for about 30 damn minutes.
Yeah. Oh, and during SummerSlam, green shirt guy and Trinidad flag guy were literally next to each other. I was like,
bruh,
wait, they're both right there.
I guess they
Right,
both hung
at
out.
this point right now, I just want to know how
tickets.
much money that they're getting paid or what they're spending to just go to these things.
Because usually Trinidad flag guy is over by the ramp, and then like green flag guy is like in the corner by commentary, but they were both dead center next to each other.
I think WWE start realizing who's who and what's what, and they'd be like, "Hey, I understand you guys take it back here in row B, section 8, but you're sitting camera side, so we need you to go ahead and scoop." So it is what it is at this point. But all I know is, whenever I hit this Powerball or Mega Ball, best believe you're gonna see me at every good wrestling event. If it's bad, I'm online talking about it. I don't give a damn.
And some more
Not reliving backlash.
And some more outside the ring news. WWE superstars were on Family Feud a couple weeks ago. It was just men versus women. Liv Morgan, Alexa Bliss, who I forgot works there.
How you forget? She's pregnant. So how you forget?
Is she pregnant? I thought she like left with like depression or some shit.
No, she had her baby gender reveal not too long ago. They're having a little girl.
Oh, I missed
She's
that
pregnant.
one.
That's the reason why she left. Like, she left and they want to start a family. Like, for some reason, you know how Vince were, if you want to start a family, you got to get retired and just never come back.
Yeah.
Triple H is like, yeah, you want to have a family, just go have a family. Come back when you're ready.
I don't know how I missed it, because I know Carmella's pregnant, but I didn't know Alexa Bliss was, because I know she was off TV and then like she appeared like in a backstage and then disappeared again.
Yeah, like that's what made me look it up, and I was like, why does she appear in the backstage but she's not wrestling? And then I happened to look it up, and then I was like, oh, she's pregnant.
Yeah, they revealed it 3 weeks ago.
And I was like, oh shit, she is pregnant. Wow, did not know that.
Yes, they revealed it 3 weeks ago.
Okay. I totally missed that. And then the entire New Day reunited for Family Feud, along with Franklin and Mr. It Should Have Been Me, Dolph Ziggler.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm just surprised Seth Rollins and Dolph Ziggler didn't become a tag team, because I feel like that charisma, just them two alone, would have been great.
Yeah,
it would have been great.
But I still kind of want to see Dolph Ziggler stand up. I feel like it might be funny, because if he's still doing it and ain't nobody saying nothing bad about it, it's got to be something good.
Word. Now, since we've been away for 2 weeks, the street business. Is that what we're going to call them? The street business?
No, the Hurt Profit.
Hurt Profits? Okay, I'll go with Hurt Profits.
The Hurt Profit.
I'm excited for this.
This is great.
I'm excited for this. A couple weeks ago.
You called them the Hurt Profits. I call them the Street Hurts.
Street Hurts.
The Street Hurts.
Sound like a drug.
I'm excited for this. A couple weeks ago, when they after the week he picked him up in the limo, he was talking to him backstage, and you know Dawkins. He's always got sweats on. He's always ready for a game. He's already to. But Lash was like, "Hey, I gotta hook you up with a suit, man." Hey, they bout that now. They bout that business.
They about that business.
But
like,
first of all, just seeing Dawkins in the Nike Tech, somebody told me I put a suit on. I said, I'm surprised Dawkins ain't go full New York on him. What the hell you mean, bro? You got a suit on. You don't see it? I'm suited up, ready.
Suited and booted.
Suited and booted.
I ain't gonna lie though, I kind of like where this is going, just because it gives them something else to do and makes them kind of like, I don't know if they're heels, because Bobby still a face? I'm so confused at this.
Yeah, he left as a babyface before his hiatus. So
That's what I'm saying. So does he come back as a baby face, or does he come back as a heel with them? Because it'd be weird as him as a face for them to go out there and jump both tag teams like that night.
I guess right now they're just aggressive baby faces until they like get a defined role. Because obviously people are excited to see the change in their character, but have they made the full heel turn yet?
That's the real thing I'm like trying to figure out, because it would be so weird to see that dynamic, and then you guys see Mr. Second Living of the Rock go be with his wife out at certain events, and you gotta be all nice and good guy. And I'm like, don't seem right. Why are you here?
Yeah, and
but it looks weird to see Dawkins in a suit also with
and
the
then
shade.
remember,
He might cut the full beard off.
And remember, when Carmelo and Trick showed up on Raw that week, he made an offer to them too.
Yep.
So is he going to show up on NXT and help them out too?
Well, I feel like he's gonna show up and help Trick, because remember at Great American Bash, Trick Williams talked to told him that, this is not goodbye, but I gotta go be on my own.
That's true.
So he might show up with Trick Dawson, because I feel like Trick got a lot of potential, but I feel like he just needs somebody there to push him, and being with Hayes is not pushing him, because he just living in Hayes' like limelight.
Right.
And is it only me, or is it the only time that we see a breakup happening without violence?
Word.
Like
that was the first time
without it being like, oh, I hate you and I hate you. Like,
right.
Like I'm gonna fight you next week.
I think somebody online actually said this is the first time in like a good 20, 30 years that the team has broken up in the nicest fashion without neither one of them having any bad blood between them on TV. And I was like, yo, that is true. I've never seen a tag team this leave.
This is
if
very
like
old-fashioned.
one person wasn't mad at the other.
Mm-hmm.
This is very old fashioned. I like that, because we've been so used to like heel turns and maybe face turns and all that stuff because of it, but this is the first time I've ever seen this shit like go out genuine.
Well, a violent heel turn that made no sense at SummerSlam when Jimmy kicked Jay in the face. Let's break down the whole Bloodline timeline. So, Bloodline starts. Jay doesn't want to acknowledge Roman. Roman kicks his ass. He becomes right-hand man. Jimmy comes back from injury. He's like, why are you getting bitched by Roman? Jimmy ends up joining. Okay, they go on for a few months. Well, over a year. Sammy comes into the picture. Jimmy likes him. Jay doesn't. Jimmy accepts him. Jay finally comes around. Sammy's heel. Sammy gets kicked out. And now Jay's on Sammy's side, but Jimmy's not. And then Jimmy says, oh, no, you're right. And now Jimmy and Jay are both against Roman and Solo. And Jay said, yeah, I'm leaving because I believe in you. But now Jimmy turns on Jay. What the fuck? Why is he turning heel again?
What?
I don't know. And that's what threw me off. When it went down, I was like, there better be some goddamn good storytelling on fucking Friday. I swear to God, because I am so confused now.
The only thing right now that makes sense is a three-way feud. Jimmy's not necessarily on Roman's side. That's the only thing that would make sense. Because the way I just laid out the history, Jimmy's gripe is, you pulled me into this. 3 years ago, you pulled me into this. Yes, you said you're leaving the bloodline for me, but you pulled me into this in the first place. That's the only thing that makes sense. And now you have a three-way feud. Jay, Jimmy, Roman's actually the in-between.
You know what's funny? I don't see it as that. You know what I see it as? 2K Sports, and I think WWE had a sit down with Jay and Jimmy, and they asked them both, what is their their dream match, and they're like their dream match is for them two to face each other before they like even get a chance to retire.
Yeah.
After what Jay said to Solo, and Solo looked at Paul Heyman, what do we get a fatal four-way between all four of them?
Yeah, I'm down for putting Solo in it too. Yeah.
Because that would be more dynamic. Because now everybody wants to be the head of the table, and now Roman is fucked because he ain't got nobody but I got his back no more but Paul.
Yeah, now Valdo said Jimmy's heel turn is just to pad out time until Survivor Series. Yeah, I believe that. I totally believe it's just at one point they had a finish to this story, but it's doing so well they just keep
Like,
extending it.
Like you can't end this story on like a cliffhanger and then not come back to it again until like motherfuckers getting dumped into the Hall of Fame. No, you got to keep this going until there's nothing else. They basically got to run the tank dry. They basically got to run the tank completely dry. If
you look at the quarter hour ratings of SmackDown, whatever the Bloodline is doing, whether they're the opening segment, whether they're the 9 o'clock segment, whether they're in the main event slot, but it's a promo, that is the biggest segment by a wide margin. People don't even care if they wrestle. As long as they're on the screen, that is the most watched thing.
I'm about to say, this is how you know that the Bloodline literally taking over without having to do wrestling. Remember the episode of South Park when they had perfected storytelling? They wasn't even wrestling. They were just talking.
Yo, word.
The Bloodline was on SmackDown. SmackDown's a 2-hour show. The Bloodline had almost an hour on television. I mean, there was no hour for nobody else to wrestle, and nobody gave a damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But the other thing that, well, on the Raw side, that's getting all the buzz is the Judgment Day and how Seth Rollins is single-handedly driving a wedge between Finn Balor and Damian Priest.
I got one question about this, though, right? And I need both of y'all to help me out with this answer.
All right.
Ain't the Judgment Day supposed to have been on fucking SmackDown?
No, they got drafted to Raw.
I thought they got drafted back to SmackDown because they was on SmackDown heavy as hell when they got drafted to Raw still.
That's because Dom was still feuding with his dad. That's the reason they kept showing up on SmackDown, because Ray was still on SmackDown. And
this is still a weird dynamic to have all of them on TV as, you know, everything but Finn Balor having his belt. But still.
I was like, did he really not win? That was a confusing part.
That was.
Right, he keep doing this 7-year stretch bullshit, and I'm like, after a while, now I'm getting tired of seeing it. Wanting to win something, at least some kind of belt. I see United States, something. God damn it, let the man get a title.
Because I think the story would be more dramatic if he won the title, and now it's like, are you going to really not cash in on me? Are you really going to go after Roman, but Roman's not around? So you're just going to hold on until Roman comes back, or I lose it? I think that would have been the more dramatic story than Finn not winning and Priest still having a case.
I got a question. Has Damian Priest ever won the NXT World Title?
No, he won the North American.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the main roster, he's a U.S. champion.
At the point right now, I ain't gonna lie, Judgment Day is killing it on all 3 goddamn shows.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
And that's saying a lot because, God, I don't know many motherfucking wrestlers that's gonna do that much traveling.
Yeah, if you remember, like, I believe it was like the week after 4th of July, Dominic Mysterio main evented all 3 shows because that was the week he won the North American title.
Yep.
Yeah, and it was still weird as hell, the simple fact that he main evented all 3 shows. I'm like, bro, how much faith do y'all got in this man?
Hey, he's bringing it. He's bringing it.
Looks like
right,
he is.
What is he bringing besides the booze? Because that's all he brings at this point. People just hate him, and I think they just want to stuff him down people's
People
throats.
boo him, and then they cheer Rhea's ass.
Well, we would cheer. Bro, first of all, we would cheer Rhea Ripley if she bit off a head of a chicken in the middle of a match. We would still cheer her.
Yes, correct.
Yes.
Correct.
Definitely.
Yeah, nobody would be like, oh my God, no, Rhea. Niggas would be like, give her another chicken. But yeah, it's just a weird dynamic now to see that they could have been out here, like, if they was all single competitors again, Finn would be getting holed out. Rhea Ripley would be out here beating the whole women's roster. Dominic would still be with his dad, and Damian Priest would just be somewhere in like Buddha.
Yeah. Now you were speaking about headless chickens. 2 people that look like headless chickens: Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. A lot of people didn't like what happened. I was fine with it. I think it was perfect. We all know Ronda's leaving. She doesn't want to be there. Nobody wants to see her anymore. So I think it was perfect. They worked a shoot. They were really fucking punching each other. Did you see Shayna's black eye?
They were literally.
They were legitimately punching each other, but it was a worked match. I had zero problems with it.
I think it was good.
And everybody's like, "Oh, why did Ronda lose? You do realize she's leaving, right?" Creative was told to stop doing storylines for Ronda. So, I'm cool with it. That's all I'm cool with it. And I think the most eventful thing that we didn't expect to happen at SummerSlam, Brock Lesnar almost showed his dick. Pause.
Whoa.
I don't know at what point his pants ripped, but when Cody picked him up for the triple crossroads, I was like, wait, he doesn't have pants on anymore.
First of all, when I saw that, I was like, oh no, not Brock's dick. And then I remember, did he even have a dick? I'm confused.
Well, he's got 4 kids.
Hey man, you don't need to have a dick to have kids.
That is
Especially
true.
Brock. I feel like Brock would put a fear into somebody just as being pregnant.
And as we spoke about before, but most likely Brock Lesnar is done for this calendar year. He won't return until Royal Rumble / Mania season next year. And there's rumors that hopefully he is around for WrestleMania 41, which is 2 years from now, which they're trying to get booked in Minneapolis.
Why the fuck would they want him around 2 years from now?
Because they're trying to get Minneapolis, Minnesota, that WrestleMania 41. So they need him around for 2 more WrestleManias, so they can retire him in his quote unquote hometown.
First of all, you don't retire Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar's like Chuck Norris. You don't retire him. He leaves and don't come back when the fuck he feels like it. I feel like as long as Brock can pick up his cows on his farm, he'll show back up at 90, still ready to fuck up young talent.
As long as he keeps F5 and Sharks, it would be great. You know?
Yeah, that was a funny commercial from back in the day.
I'm telling you, Brock is not a man that looks like he works out like everybody else does. But he like seeing how he's on a farm, he's always going to be fit.
Yeah,
I could see him at Hogan's age coming back and just being, well, he's already blonde hair, so being gray wouldn't be no damn different.
Yeah,
like we just tell about more wrinkles, but I feel like he was damn near still be the same exact damn size.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I would be terrified of him still. Whatever new person come off that NXT roster and see him in person, I'd be like, hey, so Vince, I just shitted my pants in the ring. Like, no CM Punk type of shit. Just Brock music hit. I thought it was bullshit. I shit it because it was him. You ain't tell me that was going to happen, my boy. So I'm going to go home for a while. Think about my life.
Yeah.
About my life.
And Brock raising Cody's hand and hugging him was not scripted. He did that on his own accord.
Right. That's some good respect you get from Brock.
From Brock.
That's like Vince telling you had a great match at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you just take that and you run with it.
The time Undertaker shook Jeff Hardy's hand after the ladder match.
Bruh, that was a whole different kind of feel. I ain't know what the hell was happening. I said, oh man, he about to fuck him up, shook his hand and walked out. I was like, what?
Yep.
I'm so confused.
Yeah.
Hey man, hey, look, this is how you know certain veteran guys respect certain other people. Because certain other people, they would just beat them and just go about their business.
Yep.
Or, you know, you could be like Brock and just throw the referee around, just not scripted.
And not get fined.
Word, not get fined or fired, because who the fuck gonna call you and tell you that? Because I'm not texting you.
But yeah, when Brock likes you, he will do a lot for you.
Mm-hmm.
Bruh, first of all, if you go back and watch any old Brock Lesnar match with him and Undertaker chokeslams look alright with certain people. With Brock, it looked like they just motion captured that for the game. Because don't no man need to bounce damn near to the second rope from a choke slam above like man's head. Like, only people I know do outrageous shit like that was the Hurricane, Dolph Ziggler, The Rock. That one time fucking Scott Hall did the stunner thing.
Oh, yeah.
That was all cool and great. But Brock getting choke slammed is like its own montage of just craziness, bro. And I'm like, bro, you could tell he likes Undertaker and work with him a lot just to be doing that much pitting over. If you can pit over Cody after 3 matches just because you like him, shit. WWE better be negotiating contracts with Cody every time they get a chance to blink.
It's like,
I feel like Brock comeback is gonna be over.
It's like it's an old interview with The Rock and Stone Cold. They individually said it. They weren't interviewed together. They said, if I can make money with you, we can
I can work with you. Yeah,
I can work with you.
Like it's easy. Like how Triple H and Sean said it. If you fight your friend and you can't go full out with your friend to make money off it, what's the fucking point of doing it?
Yep.
Like if Darth and me, if you got to fight for WWE and they said they giving us a good 2 commas in that thing, best believe, bro, whatever I do to you, I'm sorry ahead of time.
Yeah.
But we gotta get this bread.
Yeah. I'm not gonna talk to you for like a week, but then I'm gonna hit you like, yo, you see that shit last night?
That shit look crazy.
First of all, I'm allowing everything. I'm gonna have to kick you in the balls for real. Do it. I don't care. I'm gonna text you right after that shit. My nuts still hurt, but we got our paycheck. I don't care. Nigga, we need this bread. I don't understand how some people be like, they got beef with certain people in the industry. Yeah, fuck that. I want to get paid. I don't give a fuck who I don't like.
Facts.
Besides Vince.
Well, that'd just be you. That you basically you'd be New Jack, and Vince would be the fucking cop guy.
Yeah.
There's
no even thinking about lying about it. Yeah, he would.
Yeah, and while we're talking about Vince McMahon, Vince McMahon has been subpoenaed once again. He's being sued once again.
I like how they said medical leave, but niggas knew about the subpoena before the medical leave fake shit happened.
Hold on, I closed it. Hold on. I hate when I close stuff. All right. During the latest WWE quarterly earnings report, it was revealed that Vince McMahon was served with a search warrant and federal grand jury subpoena on July 17th. So that's over a month ago, almost a month ago. The specific details of the warrant and subpoena are still unknown, and when asked about it on the earnings call, Nick Khan declined to comment on the details, but said WWE will be fully cooperating with the investigation. And then immediately after that, which was like 2 weeks ago, Vince had spinal surgery. Spinal.
His back.
His back is broken.
Spinal.
Conveniently, he has a broken back after yet another subpoena.
Good old Vince.
And
I'm about to say, look, the subpoenas wearing that ass out. His back should be broken at this point.
Did his mustache have a fucking back surgery too? Spinal surgery?
His mustache got his own hospital bed next to him.
So I have a feeling this has to do with, the December and January events where he destroyed the board of directors, rebuilt it, reinstated himself, and the moral turpitude clause that is in the filings for the Federal Trade Commission in terms of the stock and whatnot, I have a feeling it has a lot to do with that. Because there were a lot of investment groups that were suing WWE because of what happened with the board of directors, and then which immediately went into the sale. So eventually your stock is going to get converted into whatever the new company is. I forgot what it's called already. So yeah. I
forgot what it's called also. Holy shit. Wait a minute. I'm trying to remember. What the hell is that damn new company called?
I don't think it's really important, but.
It's not. It's not, but we got to get used to it for the simple fact that they own WWE, so now WWE is their bitch. But I can't remember the name of the company.
But at the same time, the Dana White and the fucking guy that owns the two companies now, his name's unimportant too. They haven't. They're like, oh, we're gonna back out on the deal. Like, no, whatever happens, happens. They've
Yeah, word.
whatever happens, happens. That's where they are on the situation.
Yep.
At this point right now, they're at the top of the table, and Vince is a tier down under Dana White, so they're looking at him like, we can lose you and not give two fucks and still make this money, right?
Pretty much.
And at this point right now, whoever the guy that's running this thing, they own two companies. I feel like, I'm the president of the Fuck This Man Club. I feel like he might be the CEO of this bitch. He might be my boss. I might have to text him and be like, "What else you want me to talk about, sir? You want me to talk more about him? Gotcha. You want me to push sales? I got you more."
Yeah. And then Vince McMahon's counterpart, Tony Khan, following the release of Becoming Cody Rhodes, the documentary, which I watched, I think it was excellent.
I haven't even watched it. Where the hell you watch it?
It's on Peacock. It's on the cock.
It's funny. I could watch Peacock on my phone, but my PlayStation, for some reason, it won't let me do the symbols in the password that my brother-in-law made, so I can't watch it on my console.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's so fucking stupid. Like, he got like one exclamation point, and you click on the thing, it won't give you the thing to do exclamation points and then the symbol. I'm like, what the fuck? How does it sign in?
Wow. Okay. Yeah, it's on the cock. And so in the portion of the documentary where Cody's talking about the development, helping develop AEW, and having the first All In, and when he goes on to say why I decided to leave AEW, I haven't told anybody. I'm not going to tell anybody why I actually left. But professionally, my dream was always to be WWE champion, not to be the champion of a secondary company. So Tony Khan said, we certainly won't be the secondary promotion at All In. We are number one in the UK and on TV with a record gate. I have a lot of respect for Cody. These weren't his words, to be fair, but we are not secondary in a lot of markets. For the first time in a long time, WWE has been secondary in a lot of markets. I am proud of where we're at, and we're not taking a backseat to anybody. Tony Khan, shut the fuck up.
What a mark.
Nobody asked you.
Nobody really asked him, honestly.
Again, a child with play toys, and you're telling him his fake federation don't meet WWE standards.
Grow the fuck up. Everything is not about you.
I got a question. Do Tony Khan even have a girlfriend or a wife?
Not that anybody knows of.
Then that's why his dad's acting like this. Somebody need to get that man some pussy.
He has a blow-up doll in his basement.
I don't think that. No. First of all, if he got blow up doll in his basement, it probably got up and walked out on him.
It might be the blow-up doll that Kenny Omega had the match with back in the day.
Oh.
He kept the memorabilia.
Hey, look, I know that blow-up doll can't move, but if it had to be around Tony Khan 24/7, it would find a way to walk out of his life. Like, you see that face right there? You imagine that on top of a blow-up doll while he's going in? Nah, get off me. Get up and walk out. Like, I know it can talk. Hell, walk, let alone.
And the other thing Tony Khan did over the past week.
Oh, God.
So, on Twitter, there was a string of tweets by Lou Fisto, an indie talent. Basically, it was a long string of tweets. Long story short, she has an issue with the booking and the backstage politics in the women's division in AEW. Basically, she says that Britt Baker and anybody connected to her gets preferential treatment and everybody else just gets scraps. And Tony Khan is okay with it. When you go to him to talk about it, he just kind of won't address it. Or if you talk to somebody like one of the agents, they just kind of shrug their shoulders because they can't do anything about it. That's basically the gist of what she said.
Don't Kenny Omega still run the women's division?
No. After, I want to say about a year and a half ago, all the EVPs were taking away their booking privileges. That was it was around the time Cody left. It was around the time Cody left.
So that's why we've been seeing the Elite so much more on TV now than we did before. Like, no, not as much, but less now than we did before.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's this now going around. And if you hit the next slide, J-Kid,
Yep.
even the crowd agrees. Book
Bro, and that's so sad.
book the women's division better.
I don't agree with
Bruh.
Mario being greater than Sonic, though.
I purposely left that part in
I
there
know.
because I wanted to see what you would see.
I know you wanted me to see it.
Bro, at the end of the day, yeah, I'm with that. Book the women's, but bro, you know what's reminding me of? Remember the Divas division?
Oh, she mentioned it in her string of tweets.
Oh damn!
Hold on, I closed it.
Wow.
I just
did
want to
not
go on the
mention
record
that.
as saying the guy who's holding the Mario is greater than Sonic sign is a mark.
Mark.
All right, she
Oh, I'm
said.
sorry.
She said the legitimate wrestlers believe Tony Khan doesn't give a damn about women's wrestling and feel like they're going back to the Divas era. Ask me who the fuck I am. Tell me I'm irrelevant and that I'm going to do this for attention. Call me a liar. So she ironically mentioned the Divas.
Bro, that's crazy because now that I think about it, I think I've only seen like 8 women in the women division of AEW fight.
You get Tony, Britt, Ruby, Riho,
Saraya.
yeah,
Every once in a
Saraya,
blue moon.
Hikaru Shida, and Willow you see once in a while. You see Sky Blue on Collision, but that's CM Punk's doing. You see Taya from time to time. Well, allegedly she's suspended right now.
What the hell does she do?
I don't know, but allegedly she's suspended.
God damn. Matter of fact, where the hell is John Morrison? Oh, I'm sorry. What's his new name now? I keep forgetting. That's the name.
Johnny Dynamite.
There you go. What the hell is he at now? Ever since he showed up that one damn day.
Who knows?
Bro, I swear. I swear. He has more cameos in wrestling than Stan Lee does in Marvel.
But yeah, so that's what we're dealing with. Once again, Tony Khan will not grow up, and we're starting to hear more backstage stuff from people that are leaving the company.
I think what we really need is for AEW. I don't want to say to AEW to fail, but I need AEW to have a downcline, and everybody knows it's Tony Khan's fault to try to get him the fuck out of there. We need a whole nother Vince McMahon situation where they got to get him out of there and get somebody in there that at least know what the fuck they're doing.
I've been saying this from about the 1 year mark when we realized Tony Khan doesn't need to be the head booker. You have how many people there? I feel like Jerry Lynn is probably the perfect person to book that company. Mm-hmm. He's probably the perfect bridge between the old school and the new, because he was still taking indie bookings like 4 or 5 years ago. So he's probably wrestled a lot of these guys that were just getting ready to make a name for themselves around the time AEW started. So, but again, he's from the 90s. I think he might even started wrestling in the late 80s. But he understands the old school. He understands the proper psychology. And I feel like he can apply it to the modern wrestler. Yeah, you have Arn Anderson there. Yeah, you had, well, Tully was there. I don't know what the fuck he's doing now. But I feel like they're too stuck in the past. But they have great ideas, but I think they're too stuck in the past. I think Jerry Lynn is probably that guy to blend the two. Put Dustin with him. I think Dustin's good in that role too. Who else is there?
You still have Mark Henry and Big
Mark
Show
Henry,
there that
yep.
can at least help out the big guys
Yep.
to get them a push.
There are people there that can bridge the gap between the old school with the proper psychology, understanding what you're supposed to do, and letting the modern style in-ring work blossom with the proper psychology. It can be done. It's just the right people are not in power.
Let me tell you, if you can get Jerry Lynn and CM Punk, because CM Punk is doing a good little hearsay, she say for Collision.
Yeah.
If you can get him to sit there with Jerry Lynn and just give a little pointer here and then, let Jerry Lynn just to go the way that he needs to go with just some little pointers, bro, I feel like AEW can be like the shit to watch after that.
Maybe we'll get that sports-based wrestling we were promised.
Word. At this point right now, I just feel like we're just getting we're not even getting the sports and the base. We're just getting in the middle.
Yeah. So speaking of Jerry,
why am I watching this?
Speaking of Jerry Lynn, he's recently had some on-screen roles. Basically, Jungle Boy challenged him. No, he challenged Jungle Boy. The Jungle said, no, let's wait for next week. And then Jerry Lynn said, no, I'm not going to wrestle you. I'm going to bring out RVD. So
Bruh, RVD looks like he's gotten builter, more muscle. And I'm like, where's that in this TNA run you was in and also that old WWE run?
Now, a couple years ago, RVD tweeted, people think their opinions are fact and really ignorant. According to my values, which are the only ones that matter to me, Impact is way better than whatever else you're making it out. Most of those all petites don't cut it and don't even look like professional wrestlers. So
well, they cut him an all petite nice check. His ass showed up.
That's the point I was getting to. Tony Khan wrote that check. He was like, you know what? I'll be there.
What a mark.
He said you said something about all petite. I said no, all elite. My keyboard has autocorrect. It just spelled it wrong and I couldn't delete it.
Because that was his response to a fan on Twitter saying AEW is a downgrade from Impact.
At this point right now, it technically is.
Well,
dude, first of all, previous Impact episodes have been better than some AEW shows at this point.
Yeah. But meanwhile, CM Punk is becoming everything that he hates in wrestling. First, he's getting the CM Punk, CM sucks. You know, like, let's go Cena sucks. He's been getting that. And now he's Hulk Hogan. He's painting world titles. He's become everything he hates.
I think, I ain't gonna lie. I think the reason he painted
hairline.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. I think the reason why he painted that title is because Tony Khan couldn't have a new one made up fast enough for him to have on that show.
I'm surprised. I thought Tony Khan had like 20 in his cocaine closet.
He does, but I think they're just recolor and reskin versions of all the belts that he bought from fucking ROH and shit that he had. But I think the AEW title is the only one he has two of. That one and MJF. That's it.
Yeah.
True.
Oh well, no, he has two official ones because remember when Jericho and when Moxley and Punk were champions? So he has three of them. He has two regulars and then MJFs.
Man, at this point right now, I just think that we should go ahead and just, I don't know, make a whole nother little title with just CM Punk just to get him his little shits and giggles.
Yeah, but I think there's going to be unification. Just a matter of when. Is it going to be All Out, which is the week after All In? Why would he book back-to-back pay-per-views? I don't know. Or is it going to be at the end of the year at Full Gear?
Who knows?
Because for All In, Samoa Joe has challenged CM Punk in a rematch from the Owen Hart tournament. It was.
Do we really need that? Do we really need this rematch from the Owen Hart tournament?
It was after the match with Ricky Starks, where Ricky Starks attacked Ricky Steamboat because he lost. Samoa Joe came out and cut a promo, and he wants CM Punk at All In.
That sounded so gay.
And I don't think either title is on the line. I think it's just that he wants a rematch because the match ended in a roll-up, and he says our legacy can't end this way.
So it's not a title match?
Yeah, because Samoa Joe's the Ring of Honor TV title, and then CM Punk is the quote-unquote real world champion. I don't think either belt is on the line in this match. I think it's just, mano y mano.
So Sweet Tooth doesn't want to defend his title?
No.
So, all right. Well,
yeah.
I thought this would have more more speculations because a title was being involved.
I could be wrong, but from what I saw, watching it with background noise, I think it's just a mano y mano, no titles on the line.
No.
We got Tony Football in the chat.
Tony Football. What's going on?
And then also FTR has challenged the Young Bucks. We're finally getting that third match.
Total Football.
We're finally getting that third match. Will the right thing happen? Will FTR win?
I hope so, and I hope this shit could be over and done with. Because FTR been putting out some banger ass matches.
Because way back last year, when FTR was the AEW Tag Team Champ, no, I'm sorry, they didn't have the AEW. That was the one they didn't have. They had the Ring of Honor title, they had the AAA title, they had the IWGP titles. All they needed was to face the Young Bucks, who at the time had the AEW titles, win that from them. That would have been the third match, and we would have had this shit settled. But no, they randomly lost it to fucking Swerve and Keith Lee in that triple threat with Jurassic Express. You just randomly put the belts on a new team. It was like their third match together. And, we have bigger plans. And then the brawl out happened. And then they came back and did the trio titles. Whatever. What a
difference a year makes.
Yeah.
The difference a contract signing makes.
If anybody cares, Alicia Fox is back in wrestling. She appeared on.
No one cares.
She appeared on Booker T's Reality of Wrestling promotion.
Again, no one cares.
No one cares about that big ass forehead.
No offense to Alicia Fox, but looking at this photo, when he's
moving on. Feed me more tweets. Ryback. He said dating Linda McMahon would be the ultimate payback on Vince.
You know, it would be for certain people, I guess.
I don't know that I want to put myself through that.
That is hurtful, but I feel like Linda would probably give me a cut of some of the McMahon's funds.
See, I don't know that I want to be inside something Vince has been in.
At this point right now, almost any chick that we wanted from the Attitude Era, Vince already been inside of, and we still want it.
You got a point there. Yeah, you got a point there.
Yep.
Oh, also,
Yeah.
he apparently on one of his streams, he was on a 3-hour binge of just Linda McMahon sex jokes.
Oh, right back.
Yeah, so that's where he is.
Right back.
That's where he is.
Hey man, look, he's still pushing for him and Goldberg match on his shit. So.
Which we know is not going to happen.
It's never gonna happen.
Hey man, if he could piss Goldberg off and Goldberg say yes, Goldberg, he could finally have it. I feel like it's gonna be that Brock and Goldberg match all over again. In 20 seconds.
And he's still trying to get Booker T to fight him too.
He said no, sucker.
He wants to fight Booker T and Mark Henry.
Again, why?
No, sucker.
Because they both laughed at him when he was the last time he was talking about trying to come back to WWE. So
now I feel like Samoa Joe Button. Why?
I think we can squeeze this in real quick. Top wrestlers under 30. This list is from ESPN, the best wrestlers under the age of 30. Top 5. 5, Dominic Mysterio. 4, El Hijo del Vikingo. 3, Austin Theory. 2, Rhea Ripley. And number 1, Maxwell Jacob Friedman.
I agree with that list. I do agree with that list.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. Other significant names on the list: Braun Breaker at 6, Carmelo Hayes at 7, Logan Paul at 10, Wes Lee at 14, Tony Storm at 16, Jamie Hayter at 19, Jordynne Grace at 24, Deonna Purrazzo 25, Ilya Dragunov 26, Daniel Garcia 29.
Hey, there's one more thing we got to squeeze in there before we go.
Go ahead.
Mickey James' husband has came to a good terms with WWE.
Yes. Nick Aldis will allegedly he's being trained as a producer.
You know what's funny? I'm okay with this because a lot of these producers that they got now have been putting on some banger ass pay-per-views as of late.
Yeah. Oh, that's the one thing I forgot when we were talking about SummerSlam. The producer lineup. I'll run through this really quick. Main event was Michael Hayes and Jason Jordan. Rosen Lesnar was Michael Hayes. Gunther McIntyre was Chris Park, a.k.a. Abyss. Rollins Balor was Jamie Noble. The Triple Threat Women's was T.J. Wilson, as always. He always does the women's division. Shane Helms did Logan Paul and Ricochet. Sean Daivari did Rousey and Baszler. And the Battle Royal was Adam Pearce and Petey Williams. So, adding Nick Aldis to that, I'm fine with that. Adding him to that lineup of people.
Adding Nick Aldis to it, I feel like Seth Rollins matches are going to be so much like a regular wrestling match with a tad bit of high flying, but it's going to be like Nick Aldis pit his all into it.
Yep, and it is that time for us to hit the dusty trail. Although, well, I do want to see him wrestle at least once. He has to wrestle Cody. Reunite their feud from Ring of Honor. But I've been Darth Messiah, and you, sir?
Alex the motherfucking Hill.
Good night, J. Kid.
Good night to all a good night.
Peace.